Hey Patron, this is Prometheus, guys, giving you a new offensive scheme, mega scheme they're going to be using. The formation, I actually was looking at a bunch of different formations, but the formation that really stuck out to me because of the specialty of some of the route combinations, stuff like that, is the gun doubles Y off nasty. Obviously, this is a brand new, all the nasty formations are some of the newer formations that got dropped in the game a little bit later. But I want to show you some gameplay. One of the things that when you do play, a new formation or running with a new offense, you could expect going into it, you're going to make mistakes. This guy ran a particular coverage. He was running cover 3 hard flats pressed. So in other words, I really couldn't throw over the top. There were some situations where I probably could have took a shot up top. But the way he was running his coverages, it was kind of messing me up a little bit because when I lab against CPU, and sometimes it doesn't necessarily resonate what you're going to see online because people run specific defenses and stuff like that. So we'll jump into a couple different formations. One of the formation, obviously we're going to use this doubles Y off nasty, but we will go into Z double close. I don't know if I did double hip. But there is a tight Y off too is another formation we'll jump into, and then I do have a trips formation on a single back, and then there was another formation. It's the pistol double stack formation that I think I jumped into. It is a formation I kind of really decided to build this entire scheme around. Now, when I take a look at my defense, I always look at the leverage on the slot receiver and the leverage on the outside receiver. And if this guy's usually outside, this means he's usually a deep third or maybe a fourth that I'm going to be taking a look at as far as like the coverage and stuff like that. And he also has basically 2 high safety. This guy's in the inside, so it's most likely a cover 4, cover 3. In this type of situation, a lot of times what I like to do is just run the ball right away in the first snap, and then I jumped into this play, which is kind of a quick snap play. And one of the things I've actually been taking a look at, I've got a route combination where you've got this fast out, and then you have a little hitch route. And I found this fast out route is really deadly if a guy doesn't set up his defense. You could populate that or pop that and actually get an easy 5-yard completion on that. So he was actually in the sky. Now he presses his guys down. This is pretty much how he was running his defense the entire time. So I'm really looking at this guy, seeing the rotation. And if I see this guy rotate this way, I know the streak isn't available. Let's go and see what I jump into in this gameplay. So we jump into the cross and I streak up. So this is how I like to set this play up now. And the reason I set this up is I want to have the streak. Sometimes this could be an opportunity for one play touchdown. You'll see a little bit later in the game. But I want to show you something. You've got this check and release underneath, and you have this deep post over the top. So this is my alerts that I'm going to take a look at and see if I can pop. And then I'm just going to go 1, 2. With this, and this little angle route on the back side is my 3 that I can potentially hit with any type of zone or with any type of specific zone. So I've got the underneath. You can see how these guys are just coming down. I've got this little crossing route on the back side, but you could see this. There's a pocket right here in the defense because that streak is just pulling the defense up. And I just go and hit that pocket right there. This is something, when I started labbing this offense, I was just like, I wanted to get something that was going to be going off to the right side of the field because a lot of the action out of this gun Y-off nasty formation, a lot of the stuff is going off to the left side. So when I went ahead and made this adjustment, it just makes the progressions a lot easier for me. So this is the defense he's running. He's pressing his guys down. I think what I did is I decided to streak this guy up. This is not a really good route combination for me because when I run this play, I want to split this in half because for me to make a progression over here and then come back to this side, this is all timing. It's just very difficult to do this with this play. So you want to split this in half and just read, either one side of the field or the other side of the field and not try to make a progression from one side to the other because these routes, you have to throw the ball on time, or you're basically not going to take care of that. So right here I actually froze a little bit, and I took a coverage sack right there because I think what I did was looking off to the right side and then trying to make to the left, and by that time defenders were sitting on the routes. So right here I jump back into this route combination right here. He's got basically 3 guys in the box. He gets a nice little block shed. I was really pretty much waiting for this route right here to come across, so I was forcing it, but you could see that if I would have stuck this out, I probably would have been able to hit the corner right there. But he's already got a block shed going on. One thing with the Texans offensive line, the offensive line is really not that good. The outside blockers are not that great, and it really didn't work out too well for me. So 3rd and 24. I don't necessarily have a particular play I'm going to run in this type of situation, so I just try to go ahead and see if I can hit the seam. I probably should have just thrown this ball right away. That was just a bad decision. You know, that's your hot read in this. I think what I was doing, I was looking to this route, and you can see these guys kind of falling up into coverage. So you have to peek at this tight end. And if there's no defender in that area, you want to throw that and just possession catch that. I could have got myself 3 points in this type of situation, but I ended up taking a coverage sack against them. And as a result, I get myself into a 4th and 32. And the rare occasion, I just punt it away. There's no reason to basically go for it in type of situations. It's just better to get rid of the ball and keep the distance long. On the previous series, we exchanged some scores and stuff like that. So we're going to jump back into this. So here's a mistake that I made. I jump in a mesh, but this guy's playing hard flats, and he's got basically deep thirds. And I just misread this. It was just a bad decision right here. You could see these guys are underneath, and I don't have any type of a route combination that's going to come back and actually force stress on this hard stuff. End up throwing right to his defender, Anderson, that fell back into his zone. He pick six me right there. So just a bad decision by me using mesh in that type of situation, because this guy was playing hard flats the entire time, and you want to be able to hit the seams against the opponent. So here we go. 2 minutes and 19 seconds left. We'll go ahead and jump into this particular play and a streak up the one wide receiver. And you could see right here, he's taking away the crossing route. He's taking away the crossing route, but you can see this route right here was wide open. And because this defender got to me, that's the only reason I didn't complete the ball. But that's the only good thing about this particular play is that it does provide, it stretches the offense, basically the offense a little bit vertically, and he didn't really have a situation where you could do that. Now here's the one thing is he goes ahead and crosses. Now I think I drop down, and actually he goes ahead as a defender right there and actually picks me off. So I'm making a lot of mistakes. I'm not making really good reads or progressions against this cover 3 hard flats defense. And he's taking away my reads if I keep going back to the same stuff. So here I jump into a play that is what motivated me to go to the Cowboys playbook. I've ran into somebody that ran these plays against me, and he's able to go ahead and get some huge touchdown opportunities from me. I haven't really mastered this play, but I don't like how these guys are dropping up, and these guys are dropping up. The key to this, when you got all these guys dropping up, is that you want to go ahead and look to the back shoulder passes with these guys, but you could see I've got a pass rush in my face in that type of situation, and I'm not able to go ahead and complete it right there. So he's playing sim pressure 3. I think he's got some pressure coming in, but he's also doing hard flats underneath, and those guys aren't kind of falling up. Now I jump into this play where you've got this little basically streak route that's kind of like an angle streak route, and what happens against cover 3, this route will always get separation. So it's nice to be able to jump into it. It's like kind of a quick snap play. You can see I've got that corner route covered, and I'm able to go ahead and get a nice little completion in that type of situation and get the ball down the field, because he just keeps playing the same type of a defense. So he presses, shows me again. Now I go into let's see here, I jump into the switch wide receiver drag. So these guys should fall up. I should have, cover 3 coverage, and then pretty much people staying hard flats to the outside, meaning that this route should be open over the middle of the field, because this is going to get essentially kind of cleared out. So let's just go ahead and jump into that really quick. So you can see the underneath route. I complete it, and I rack that ball. He clicked on the defensive line and actually came in and just kind of caught me off guard. pressing once again. So this is where you want to have some type of a cover 3 beater. Here's the situation. This is what I found. You got to go. You got to pick either side. You know, this route is going to get gobbled up by this hard flat, and the streak route will probably get will cover it up. So I really should be looking on this coverage on this side of the field more than anything else. Let's see if I make a good decision or if I take a sack on this. You can see how this actually gets kind of gobbled up, but I've got this guy wide open. And I don't think I get the progression down right. I actually just took off the quarterback. I don't make the right read in that, and that's just because I'm not used to this offense, and I haven't ran into people playing very deliberate defenses when you lap. So that's one of the challenges. That's why you got to go into a gameplay and basically make sure that you find out what like the meta stuff is. Cover 3 hard flats is basically kind of a hard, is a base defense a lot of people like to play. Just see if you can beat it, because it does take away those flats and you really can't throw over the top of it. Right here, do a nice little run play, get it down, 1st and goal. And then I think I just jumped into kind of a heavier set just to get the ball into the end zone. He pushes his line off. I think I switch into wing stack, halfback zone, motion over. I'm just going to run right up the guts in this type of situation, and I think his defender actually gets out of position. I'm able to go get the ball in the end zone. So, minute and 29 seconds left against this guy. He pops a big touchdown against me, against my defense. My defense was complete dog trash against this guy. Almost got picked off right there. That scared me. That basically told me that, hey, I got to pay attention to that. I can't throw that. Now I go ahead and hit this guy with this play once again. This is my alert. This is the guy I'm checking for the alert, especially when he's got press coverage like this and he brings his safeties down. And you'll see, I think in this situation, I get leverage. This guy's out of position. He's out of position. He's out of position. And I'm able to go ahead and complete this for a 1-play touchdown, I believe. So I'm able to pop it with Dell. He tries to click on. He's out of position, and I'm able to get myself a 1-play touchdown. So this is the weakness of the way he was running his defense. Was he was bringing his safeties down. So he was using dollar defense, bringing his safeties down, the play in the box, and because he's playing deep thirds, these guys were out of position for Dell's shot route. So that was just kind of a challenge that he had. So let's see if I go into, now I kind of stuck with this. Let me see, or go back in the cross Y. And then he gets himself once again out of position. And I go ahead and just basically pop this guy for 1-play touchdown. So he was scoring pretty proficiently against me, but in this type of situation, he was basically in a bind right there, because I was popping him from 1-play touchdown. So down by a score, he went for a 2-point conversion a little bit early. I don't know why he did that. Back at it again. You can see this play is locked up. So he's got this guy right here. This guy's coming out. I could throw that, but he's still got time to get over to it. So I think what I did is I actually went ahead and took off my quarterback, and instead of actually going ahead and sliding, I basically almost fumbled the ball right there in that type of situation. So 2nd and 5. I think I've got myself, I go into RPO inside zone. I just like the inside zone is a lot more consistent as a run. I'm just going to quick snap into that in that type of situation, and it actually splits the difference. And I get another basically broken tackle fumble type of situation. So third and 9 situation. I'm going to go back. I think I'd go ahead and jump into, let's see here, halfback angle. I haven't shown this play to this guy at all, and he's kind of using the middle of the field to get himself out of position, and then Mixon's able to go ahead and cross the middle of the field and actually get myself a nice little completion. So that's what kind of messed him up a little bit. He didn't know where to go, where my route combination was, because I haven't shown that play to him the entire time. So he wasn't really picking my kind of tendencies. Here's a run play I like to jump into. It's out of this trips formation. I've got a stretch play off to the right, and then I basically got another play off to the left. You can see he actually gets himself out of position, and I'm able to go ahead and pick up 8 yards against them. And right now I'm just trying to go up by 2 scores against this guy. So now he jumps into the same defense again. We're going to go and streak up Dell, and I've been showing him this, I've been showing him this, I've been showing him this, where he's probably going to fall back in position to try to take this. And what I decided to do is actually go ahead and put the drag underneath because it's second and 2 situation. I want to try to chew this clock down as much as possible, not give him an opportunity to get back in the game. And I'm just going to try to pop this little weak part of the zone against this cover 3 hard zone. So he gets himself out of position. I think he's got some guys kind of floating up a little bit. So I'm able to go ahead and drop it down underneath and actually get myself a nice little completion in that type of situation. So that was a little bit frustrating to him. Now I want to go ahead and try to chew this clock down as much as possible. So I streaked this guy up once again. I showed him that other route combination, and look, he's out of position. I just go ahead and throw it up, and I'm able to get the ball into the end zone for another touchdown, going up by 2 solid scores and a 2-point conversion. So up by 15 points. After this, I think the guy just kind of checks out. He's just like, I don't want to play this game anymore, because he was having a hard time stopping my offense, and he wasn't scoring successfully with me. So once again, guys, thanks for your support. I really appreciate it. Until next time.